One of my favorite teachers from Orange Coast College, the junior college I went to, was our director slash like head of the department. His name was Rick, and he was like the nicest, coolest teacher I've ever had. But like he swears a lot, but he does it really jokingly. He'd be like, "Get the f*** class, all of you!" And we'd just be like, "We're sorry, Rick." He'd be like, "Oh, it's okay, I love you. Now get into class, please. It's important." So yeah, he was like always really the coolest.
Mr. Kulk. I have to say that name very carefully. Mr. Kulk. 5th grade. He was actually my 5th grade teacher and my 8th grade teacher. He is the one who actually got me involved in acting, primarily by doing radio. He had me doing radio plays in 5th grade. It was a lot of fun. One of my first memories with him, I think this is why he got me started, was that we had a history class and he wanted to know if anyone knew the preamble. And of course I was raised on Schoolhouse Rock, so I stood up and recited the preamble from the song.
I want to say my art teacher, Miss Russell, from senior year of high school. I mean, she was one who, even though we have our assignments and she told us how to do it, she was always letting us express ourselves. And she, that's her definition of like grading on creativity, is just being able to be you and just, making it work for you. And, as long as like the message still goes through. So I love her.
My current English teacher, Mr. Welch, she's just super duper rad, and he has really cool beliefs, and he teaches us about the world and real things. I love it.
My choir teacher, Mr. Helm, I've been taught with him since 7th grade up until now, and he's like the most respected person ever in my life. He's a genius, and he's an adorable little turtle too. He's a fun spot, and it's cute. Helm. An adorable little old man, and he's a genius with music. Really well respected in the whole choir community, and he's taught me a lot.
I have a teacher. Her name was Miss Dominguez. She was my 2nd grade teacher, and my grandmother appreciated her a lot too. And the way they met was, my grandmother was picking me up one day from school, and I dropped a bunch of quarters out of my grandmother's car, and she was picking them up, and then my grandmother and the teacher bonded, and they ended up going to Vegas together because that was my grandmother's Vegas money. They had a common denominator, which was going to Vegas.
My 6th grade teacher, Mr. Locke, he's been my favorite. Yeah, he just I don't know, he's my favorite teacher.
My math teacher freshman year, Mr. Grasmick, I had him for geometry, and he was just super cool and relatable.
My favorite teacher is probably Barbara Van Holt, and she was my drama teacher, and she was a really taskmaster and hard to please, but it taught me that acting was hard work. It's not just fun and games.
One of my favorites, my favorite one was my 6th grade homeroom teacher, Miss Tran. Yeah, she was more like a best friend to me, and unfortunately the next year she went to another school, but she was able to fund this trip to Disneyland, which really, and my school's not that rich or anything, so that really just if she did it from her heart, and that really.
Anne Denizen, she was my English teacher. I liked how interested she was in me personally. You could tell it was much more than a job to her. She really cared about the students, and we're actually Facebook friends still to this day, so she was probably definitely one of the teachers who had the biggest impact on me and who I remember most.
His name was Chuck Gross, and he was my musical theater teacher early on in high school. He was also my choir teacher my junior year of high school, and we just connected on a lot of different levels, and he was a good mixture of being hilarious yet being taken seriously and respected as a teacher. He was probably the teacher that I connected with the most. So.
One of my favorite teachers is actually a professor that I had in college. Her name is Lydia Hearn. She was my English professor, one of my English professors, and she was incredibly engaging and exciting, and she made the English subject a very fun experience for me because I did not like English prior to taking her class, and I ended up loving it as a subject after I had her as a teacher. She was also a fantastic karaoke host and singer. So that was really fun to be a part of as well.
My favorite teacher is actually from college in my master's program, both my bachelor's and my master's program. Her name is Dr. Andy Stein, and she motivated me to be the publicist and communications major or officer that I am now.
My favorite teacher had to be Mrs. Kathy Harris, my high school drama teacher. She taught me basically everything I know, acting and singing-wise. I wouldn't be here right now performing on stage with the Mysterium if it hadn't been for her. And also because of her, I learned I kind of do the dance thing, but she didn't teach me to dance. She's not a dancer. But yeah, go Mrs. Harris.
One of my favorite teachers was my choir teacher in high school. His name is Dan Hawkins, but we called him D-Hawk. I had choir with him for 3 of my 4 years of high school, and he was like, I don't know, he was so sassy, but like when we worked hard, like we worked hard, and yeah, he was a really cool guy, and he always made jokes, which made things a lot better, especially because he wasn't great at telling jokes. They were like a bunch of dad jokes. He was like all of our dads. It was it was pretty great.
Well, high school for drama was my favorite teacher. Her name was Linda Haskins. She made me the actor and singer that I am today because she just made me realize she made me go into method acting, and I would just I looked up to her a lot because she pushed me to a level where I've never been before, and that was just in high school. In college, I would have to say my favorite dance instructors were Miss Erin Landry and Arthur Ross, and they would put me in shape, pull me in shape. They would just make me the dancer I am today.
My favorite teacher was my drama teacher in senior year because I decided to take drama just for fun senior year, and she was so amazing and basically so helpful that I ended up sticking to trying to pursue acting for the rest of my life, so we'll see how that goes.